Hey guys, what's up? M.Vail here, back again with Wattpad Book Review Part 3. No, Wattpad Book Review 3 Part 2. So, this video is going to be covers, titles, and first paragraphs. Quite a lot to get through. So, these are all going to have new faces that none of you have seen before, and I'm going to start working my way through them as well as the other ones before. So, let's start this off. The first one we have is Survive. So, let's first, I'll go in this order. Title, cover, first paragraph. So, title. So, Survive in itself is not, there is this sense of urgency in it. Like, there's something wrong. Like, to live, to die, but then to survive is like desperate. Like, everyone else is dying and you just need to, like, no way are you going to die today. You just have to find a way. If you have to cut off your arm, kill your best friend, run over a group of zombies, you just need to live. The cover. So when I wrote this review at first, the cover was of a blood-soaked girl. Now the cover have changed, so I'm about to tell you this straight from the noggin. So this cover is of a girl staring into your eyes. Well, there's this like a bit of a haunting look in her eyes. Like, there's this desperateness in her eyes. I'm not sure if it's just me pushing that on it, but the whole darkness and her hiding out in the shadow, and that just dim flicker of light to show you her eyes, just show you the sense of survival, that she's trying to hide away from something. I don't know. So I went to the first paragraph now. So, it's definitely going to be about zombies. Like, let's just put it like that. And WTF. Can't do that. But, what the frick? How could a child at 9 years old be so calm about seeing dead bodies? Like, I'm thinking, if I was 9 years old and I saw a dead body, one, I'll pass out after throwing up for about an hour, 2, maybe 3, depending on how many bodies there are. So, I'm really, like, you gave your audience a shock factor. Like, I feel like there's different factors in what people use to hook their readers. There's a shock factor, there's the fear factor, there's the love factor. There's just different things they use to hook their readers. So, you definitely gave a shock factor, and that was pretty sick. Moving on, Living After Life. Okay, so I feel I don't even need to open the book to know that this is definitely going to be about zombies. And the name itself is such a twister. Because if you think about it, you can't live after you've died. Like, once life is over, you can't really live. Oh my gosh, I'm confusing myself. Okay, I'm going to keep quiet now about that. I'll move on to the cover. Point is, title, amazing. Definitely a hook. Cover is of a girl lying down, so I'm guessing that this story is going to be based around a dead girl. I'm just guessing. Love the picture, like, white face, she's in a burial position, so you know she's being buried, and it kind of really links to the name Living After Life. So, first paragraph, that if you read the story, you'll notice that there was like a little paragraph there with italic where she wrote, I'm not going to read it out because I don't want to be a bit of a spoiler. I feel like you guys need to open these books up yourself. But if you do want me to start reading things out that I like, just tell me and I will start. So, like I said, the first italic part in the beginning sends shivers down my spine, like actual literal shivers. It was such a deep beginning. And I feel like that was like a really great way to open up. And then, yeah, like, it was such a good way to open up. It was so deep. And then all of a sudden, we get to this part where it's people eating themselves, eating each other. Like, woof. I've talked about shock factor. This is a fear factor. Because seeing dead bodies, cool G. I'll be shocked, maybe shaken. But the fact that I'm seeing someone eat someone else, I'm from 0 to 100 real scared right there. Like, I'll be blazing away from that place. So, that is sick. So, and then your character is trying to remain calm, like pull themselves together. So that kind of gives me a feeling of dread. I don't know why, because like whenever people are calm and pulling themselves together, I start getting really nervous for them. I feel like, oh my gosh, just don't be calm. I feel like you need to be scared just so that when you die, you know you died fighting or something. Calmness just makes your death hurt me so much more. But love, can't wait to carry on reading that one. Next up is the Enigma. I hope I said that right. So, I, from being sometimes a little bit of a geek, decided to find out what enigma means. So enigma means something that's difficult to understand. So from the title, we know that it's going to be based around something, or a person or a place that's causing an issue because nobody understands it. Cover is, I really like the cover because in the cover we have the face of a girl, that her face is not put into one piece. It's different colors, different shades, different lighting. Her hair's not the same. Nothing about her is the same. It's like a puzzle that can't be put together. It's an enigma. Using the words in there, feeling a little bit fancy. But yeah, it is an enigma. So really like it. And I was told that this cover doesn't belong to him, but either way, I think the cover really did suit your title. So well done in that one. I went into the first paragraph. Black rain. That's what I got from this. Like, holy crap. There was black rain pouring for like 3 days, I think. This is going back now. But it said that there was black rain pouring for 3 days. Holy crap. Like, think about walking outside after it's been raining black. Everywhere's going to look disgusting. The trees are going to be covered with black spots. If you had clothes outside, it's going to be black. What is the black rain? Is it a disease? What is it? Like, it stirs up so many questions in the reader. And like, that's a really nice hook because questions always lead to people to know more. As humans, we're naturally curious people. And we have this one, Beautiful Nightmare. So, Beautiful Nightmare is such a oxymoric. I hope I said that right. I'm not even sure if that's a word, but it's such an oxymoric title because beauty is something that a person will be drawn to. It's something that attracts people. Beauty could be different in other people's eyes, but in theory, beauty attracts people. Then a nightmare is something that puts fear into you. Like nightmares are paralyzing, scary things. You want to get as far away from a nightmare as possible. So having something that draws you in and something that's supposed to chase you away is such a dangerous mix. Look at the front cover. We can't see his face, which I like. You know, I don't like seeing people's face. But from that little chin area we can see over there, he's looking very nice. Like that nice slim cut suit and how it's just so perfect. If he's the nightmare, then I can see how he's beautiful and how I'm going to be drawn to him. So I was like, okay, that's a nice way to put it. First paragraph of it, I was like, I have to admit, I kind of like your main character so far. Like, he's being so nonchalant about the fact that he has lived for 1,000 years. Like, he's just casually going, it's like me going, yeah, I'm only 19. Maybe I'm getting too old. He's like, I'm only 1,000. Yeah. He's definitely still a young guy. But hey, I like older men, so bring it on, B. Bring it on. Alright, next one is The Dark Passage. So the name definitely grabs the reader's attention. The Dark Passage, we can already tell that this is going to be like not gothic, but it's going to be quite a dark book. And after watching so many horror movies, I feel like there's going to be a fear factor in it. That just sounds like one of those names, you know, one of those horror names. After like a whole load of screaming people, it goes, come and watch The Dark Passage. Coming out of cinemas 19th of June 2016. Be there. You know, do you get that feeling as well? Okay, and then the cover. The cover really matches the title. We have I'm not sure if you guys can see it clearly. You have a boy's face, smoke, a light, and then like, I'm not sure if this is a closed up space. Because of how the light is shining, I'm assuming that it's like a closed, boarded up place. So the cover really matches the title, and it just gives it this whole. I feel like this is supposed to be a movie. It calls so much, and then this is rare. Like, I usually don't see anything on covers, but we have the Hunter and the Haunted. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We already could tell there's gonna be a bit of bloodshed in this. So love. So I went to the first paragraph, and holy crap. You laid it out there. Like, I love how you showed how dark this book is going to be from, like, the first sentence. I feel like I just need to share this one with you. He goes, I feel like I'm a monster. Who says that? Like, it's creepy. It's blood draining, mind alerting, full on wanting to know why this guy thinks he's like this. Is it that he's actually a monster, or is it that he's been doing bad things like killing people, murdering, or raping? We want to know. So, awesome. Alright, now we have the Barbie Squad. Alright, so the Barbie Squad, the name Barbie is a very vain character. It's been made since like 1960s, I believe. Not sure. I will check that up. But Barbie's a vain person. She thinks about her hair, she goes shopping, and she giggles like this. I don't believe I just did that. But yeah, she's a vain person, so we know that this book is going to be mostly based around like vain people, or very rich people and snobby people. The cover, going back to the cover again. I love and hate the cover. Love because you're showing like the squad, what they look like, but I'm not a fan of seeing people's faces. I don't like having a mental image of what they look like. So that's my only problem, which is just my personal issue. And yeah, it's just, overall, it's a really good cover. Like, it's professionally made and it's really nice. So, first paragraph, great use of description. The beginning really hooks your reader. The only problem I have with this is that the beginning was a little bit cliche. Like, it's like all those stereotypical Miss Popular books so far. I haven't read anything else. I haven't even gone past the first paragraph. But that's how it feels for me at this moment. But it doesn't mean that it's not a hooking book. It's actually a really good intro. It just feels like you have a cliche feel coming off it. But other than that, it's a great opening. And I like the fact that the two characters... Oh, why do I say two characters? I like the fact that the character we have here so far is just amazing. Like, she has her sunglasses on her head. She knows that she runs this school. Like, the sense of self-confidence is just a really strong feel. Moving on. The Last Philosopher. The name is interesting. The last usually shows the closing of something. It means that it's like the ending. Sometimes you have we're running out or stocks coming low, but the last means after this, that's it. It's not coming back. No one's going to create it. If someone else does create it, it's not going to be the same as what has just finished. So yeah, under the cover we have one man screaming or shouting or laughing, or I don't particularly know, but we have this one man standing there really signifying and underlining the word last. So I went to the first paragraph just before any of you ask questions and go, what? This isn't usually that The Last Philosopher isn't usually a book I'd read. So I'm not like the best to talk about it, but I'm still going to read it. I'm still going to go through it. I'm just going to say what I feel I liked about it. So the first paragraph was confusing for me. I didn't understand everything, but it was actually really interesting to read, because I felt like the way it moved and the speed I was reading it in my head was just a really nice blend. I liked the hypnotic feel of it. So that was really awesome. Love your paste and love your description and explanation. A star. Next one, Crimson Nightmare. So the title itself is amazing. Crimson is usually the color of blood, is what they usually relate to blood. So I'm not going to call this in my mind the Blood Nightmare, because that's what just keeps popping in. So the front cover itself, I kind of like, even though it's called the Crimson Nightmare, it's just kind of ironic how there's nothing red on the cover. But I kind of like how it's so mysterious, because you just have this lone tree and this weird, you can't even see who's standing there. It's just like, it's really shadowed out, and then we know that the person's looking through a windowsill, not windowsill, window, like they're looking through the window, because you can see the raindrops dripping down. So it's either looking through a car window, their house window, but if they have this weird man just standing there staring at you, like, what is he? So, went into the first paragraph. Once again, I had to combine two paragraphs together because of how short the first one was. So, I love the description. I feel like your sentences were slightly, like, I feel like your sentences could be slightly shortened. I feel like they were a little bit too long and ran on. But other than that, that was really good. And then I kind of like the fact that you told us where this is all being set. Because a lot of people usually just set their stories in England or America. My mind immediately went to one of those places. But you told me, first off, before you go, oh, really? You told us this is set in a different country. It's set in South Africa, if I'm getting this right up there. But yeah, you went, this is set in South Africa, so get whatever image you have of America, whatever image you have of London or anything out of your head, and get ready for a new image to be put in. Awesome. Drop in the ocean. So I have like a little bit of a Little Mermaid feel coming from this, like under the sea, under the sea, but this time it's drop into the sea. Maybe it's just me. And then cover, I like the cover. It's like, it's simple yet professional. It's just literally under the sea. Like the title reads what the picture is. So I went to the first paragraph. I'm not even sure if I loved the poem at the beginning. It was just like, like, is this a poem book? I'm going to email you about it, ask questions, because I opened this, I was like, wow. My mind was officially blown. But from what I read, I get this sense of sadistic love. Like the laughing mixed with the freaking volcano. Why is she happy about this? Like, there was such a huge mixture in it. But I suggest you guys actually really do check this out, because the way it opens, you just kind of, like, please check this one out, and tell you right below in the comment section what you think about Under the Sea, because I was actually completely blown for words. I'm a fan of poetry, so. Next one we have of Sirens and the Beast. She has recently entered, this story was entered into the Once Upon a Time competition, and I'm such a huge fan of this story. So, Sirens are Greek Sirens are a Greek mythological, I give up saying that word, creature. So, what they are is that they usually, like, sailors will go out into sea, and then as they're riding and there'll be like a huge storm, these beautiful creatures will come out from the sea, and they're so beautiful that they'll put the sailors into like a hypnotized trance and make them fall to their deaths or crash their ship. So they're not nice people, they're just beautiful, but they're not nice. So they have a hidden agenda to be evil. And beast. Beasts are just evil things. Whenever you hear the word beast, you think of a monster. Unless you talk about it in a boy's term, then that's a little bit of a different situation, if you know what I mean. But either way, these are two bad things coming together. So what's going to happen? The cover is of a girl falling. which really links to the Sirens, because like I said, they used to call for you to fall to your death. So that's really nice. So first paragraph, this had a different type of shock factor. This isn't a shock factor of, wait, what, people eating themselves? No, this is a shock factor of, why is the football team about to start taking ballet? Okay, so as you guys know, I'm from London, so I'm not sure how football works in America, and I'm not sure how you guys are about it, but from all the cliche movies I've watched, I call them cliche because that's what they really are, but from all the cliche movies I watch, none of those boys look as if they want to be in a tutu, prancing around the field, doing a touchdown. So I love your sense of humour in such a serious situation. To me, it's a serious situation because, like I said, I already have a cliche image in my head. So great job. There we have Anon. So Anon means shortly, and no, Anon means shortly or soon. So this gives me like an impatient feel, but I feel as if this story is going to be based around like a time period, like shortly something's going to happen, this is soon going to happen. And the cover doesn't really help because the cover is of a girl being dragged away by different hands. So it's like, is it soon she's going to die? Shortly her life will be over? What is going on? Like, I want to find out more. So I was more than happy to jump into the first paragraph. And I was like, whose mother? Like, these are the questions coming to my head. I was like, the opening is so dark. It was actually so dark that it got your guard up. Like, I thought, amazing. Like, I feel like this is just this is like all just rough outskirts. Starting from next week, like at the end of this week, I'm gonna stop taking stories for a while. I just concentrate on really going into details about everything I've been doing. But this opening gave such a really good feel of this darkness settling around you, and it got your guard up because you want to know what's going on. Like, it starts off so confusing and brings so many questions to the reader's mind. Moving on, the size of things. It's a very mysterious title. I don't actually know what to say about it, but the title itself was really mysterious. The cover is of a skeleton buried underground. It still doesn't link anything to the title for me. Not in a bad way where I'm like, the title doesn't say what the cover doesn't say what the title's about. No. This is more like it just adds to the mystery. So I jumped into the first paragraph. And the first paragraph, you have two people talking about a heart. Like, they're just holding a heart in their hand and casually talking about it as if it's normal to hold a human's heart in your hand. Unless you're working in a hospital, not even hospital, like, unless you're a surgeon or this person is dead, I don't see why anyone should be holding one in their hand. And then the way you described the heart was like such a unique blend, because sometimes people go, the crimson slab of blood. You know, you made the heart sound romantic. You're like, what's a delicate thing? The petals. So you made the heart sound like this. What a delicate thing, like a petal sucked dry, kept in the folds of a Bible. Can you guys feel like this romance coming about this heart? Well, if it was me talking about a heart, I would say, instead of the crimson slab of blood in my hand. Really good use of description. Love. Next, we have Shift. Okay, so I'm not too sure about the title itself, but I kind of like the simplicity of it, like the one word whole shift, as in shift. Should I shift you and read the back? Should I shift you and open the front? I'm just saying. But it definitely hooks me. Like, this is the type of book, like, I'm a very one word person. So my titles are usually longer than one word, but one words do call to me because they open up so many questions that need to be answered. The cover, very professional. I love the colours, but there's a person's face in it. So that took away some of the fun for me. You guys will still enjoy it, but just for me, it took away some of the fun. First paragraph. Okay, so I have this feeling that she doesn't like her cousin, because she's right now standing in the airport praying to God that her cousin gets lost and goes on the plane back home. I'm not sure, maybe I'm just a genius and I could foresee this, but I really feel like she doesn't like her cousin. Who knows? I might be wrong. So, really nice beginning. I like the whole comic relief you brought in there, because it's not just like, you didn't just downright say I don't like my cousin. The way you made it build up so that the readers figured out by themselves that you don't like her. Really nice. Next one, Dented Armor. Very, very cool name. It's such a unique. It's very unique. And it's not even called Dented Armor. It's Dented Aroma. Needs to practice pronunciation still. The cover, very cool. The writer draws these herself, which I'm a really huge fan of people drawing their own work. So that's really nice. Open up the first paragraph and you immediately feel his pain. He has like something going on down below, while the crush of his life is like in front of him. And for him, he's a gay person, and the love of his life is the king of the country. So right now he has something hard down below in front of half the country and his love, and then he's wearing armor. So you can imagine that being pressed against it. The use of description really explained his pain and his awkwardness, and I felt my face heating up for him. Awesome. Okay, next one. We have Her. Alright, so Her is such a captivating story title. It's so deep, and it just makes you question whose point of view is it coming from. Is it coming from the boy's point of view, or is it a girl or a child talking about a particular woman or girl that she just always admired? The cover is simple. I love the simplicity of it. All it just says is the main focus is on the word her, and it's just a black cover with dots of, I'm going to assume, green snow. Never heard of green snow before, but a unique cover. So if you read the first paragraph for this story, it was actually really depressing, because it's from a girl's point of view talking about another girl, and she's going on about how no matter what she does, she'll never be like this particular girl. She'll never be like her. Which I felt a sense of depression coming from this. I just felt really depressed for this person, because she's trying to be something that she's not, and it's quite obvious that she's never going to become what she wants to be. Next, we have Referending Madness. Title. Sorry, it's called Redefining Madness. Title, very captivating. Redefining means when you change something. So, are you giving madness a new definition? Like, are you changing what madness means to people? And I can't explain to you how much I love the cover. Like, even though you can see someone's face, the face is half cut by leaves and stuff covering her face. So is this like madness? Like, is it the madness bubbling out of her? First paragraph, it was just so messed up. I'm so lost for words. Like, this funeral was messed up in more than one ways. Like, I couldn't even comprehend it. First of all, people are laughing, joking, drinking around, having fun. And the only thing reminding them that they're at a funeral is the fact that her coffin is open. And then the person, whoever's point of view is from, is going, the funeral was too loud, too bright, too noisy, just the way she wanted it. So, is this person that died a vain person, or is it that she just liked over flashy stuff? It just brings My head went crazy for that one. Alright, so the last review of today, the fairy pack. So, this kind of reminds me of something you do in nursery school when you all like, I make a pack, like pinky fingers up, I make a pack